हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम टू एग्जाम प्लस एकेडमी। आज की इस क्लास में हम डिस्कस करेंगे दिसंबर मंथ आरबीआई सर्कुलर। हम डिस्कस करेंगे अपनी आज की इस क्लास में, काफी इंपॉर्टेंट है। दिसंबर मंथ अपडेटेड आरबीआई सर्कुलर है जो आपके एग्जाम्स के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से काफी इंपॉर्टेंट है। बाइलिंगुअल ये क्लास रहेगी, हिंदी और इंग्लिश दोनों ही लैंग्वेज में। कंप्लीट पीडीएफ अगर आप परचेज करना चाहते हैं तो आप लोग व्हाट्सअप कर सकते हैं। कंप्लीट पीडीएफ में आपको जैसा क्लास में पढ़ाया गया एज इट इज आपको विद कंटेंट पीडीएफ में भी मिल जाएगा। और अगर आपको क्लास अच्छी लगे तो आप एक हाइप जरूर दीजिए। दिसंबर मंथ आरबीआई सर्कुलर आपके आने वाले बैंक एग्जाम्स के लिए, जितने भी अभी आपके एग्जाम्स हैं, काफी इंपॉर्टेंट है। दिसंबर मंथ काफी चेंजेस आए हैं तो इसलिए एग्जाम्स के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से काफी इंपॉर्टेंट है दिसंबर मंथ का आरबीआई सर्कुलर। इसके अलावा अगर आपने अभी तक हमारा ये सारी क्लासेस नहीं देखी हैं तो जाकर जरूर देखिए, काफी इंपॉर्टेंट है एग्जाम्स के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से। लास्ट 1 ईयर आरबीआई सर्कुलर में हमने जनवरी टू दिसंबर 2025 कंप्लीट किए हैं पूरे आरबीआई सर्कुलर। एग्जाम्स के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से काफी इंपॉर्टेंट है। स्टेटमेंट बेस्ड एमसीक्यूज डिस्कस किए हैं, केस स्टडी एमसीक्यूज डिस्कस किए हैं हमने, और एग्जाम रिलेवेंट रहेगा पूरा लास्ट 1 ईयर आरबीआई सर्कुलर। तो ये क्लास काफी इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाती है। अगर आप लोग लास्ट 1 ईयर आरबीआई सर्कुलर नहीं पढ़ पाते तो आप लोग लास्ट 6 मंथ जरूर पढ़ के जाइए। लास्ट 6 मंथ की क्लास भी हमारे चैनल पर आ चुकी है जिसमें हमने जुलाई से दिसंबर आरबीआई सर्कुलर कवर किया है। तो किसी भी रीजन से अगर आपका 1 ईयर कंप्लीट नहीं हो पा रहा है एग्जाम के लिए तो आप लोग एटलीस्ट 6 मंथ तो करके जाइए आरबीआई सर्कुलर। ये भी हमने कंप्लीट स्टेटमेंट बेस्ड एमसीक्यूज लिए हैं, केस स्टडी एमसीक्यूज रहेंगे और 100% एग्जाम एलिमेंट रहेगा आपका आरबीआई सर्कुलर लास्ट 6 मंथ जुलाई टू दिसंबर। तो एटलीस्ट आप 6 मंथ आरबीआई सर्कुलर जरूर पढ़ के जाइए, ये मेरा आप लोगों के लिए सजेशन रहेगा। और इसके अलावा लास्ट 3 मंथ्स भी आप जरूर पढ़िए क्योंकि इसमें अपडेटेड है अक्टूबर टू दिसंबर 2025। लास्ट 3 मंथ्स बैंकिंग एंड फाइनेंशियल अवेयरनेस की मैं बात कर रही हूँ। टॉपिक वाइज मैंने कवर किया है, टोटल 14 इसमें आपको टॉपिक मिलेंगे लास्ट 3 मंथ्स के बैंकिंग एंड फाइनेंशियल न्यूज में, ठीक है। और इसके अलावा पीआईबी स्टेटमेंट बेस्ड एमसीक्यूज भी मैंने कवर किए हैं। पीआईबी काफी इंपॉर्टेंट होता है, जिन लोगों को नहीं पता उनको बता दूं एग्जाम्स के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से। 6 मंथ पीआईबी करंट अफेयर्स स्टेटमेंट बेस्ड एमसीक्यूज टोटल हमने 5 पार्ट्स में इसको कवर किया है। नहीं देखा है तो जाके जरूर देखिए, ये क्लास एग्जाम्स के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से इंपॉर्टेंट है इसलिए आपको बता रही हूँ। लास्ट टाइम पे आप ये सब रीड करके जा सकते हैं, एग्जाम में काफी हेल्पफुल रहेगा। तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं हमारी आज की क्लास दिसंबर मंथ का आरबीआई सर्कुलर। फर्स्ट सर्कुलर के साथ, फर्स्ट सर्कुलर है हमारा एक्सपोर्ट एंड इंपोर्ट ऑफ इंडियन करेंसी टू फ्रॉम नेपाल एंड भूटान, ठीक है। ये हमारा फर्स्ट सर्कुलर है, सर्कुलर एपी सर्कुलर नंबर 18, ठीक है। रेफरेंस आरबीआई, डेट 8th ऑफ दिसंबर 2025, ये सभी कुछ मेंशन किया है इसमें। इशूड नंबर आप देख सकते हैं, सेक्शन 10(4) एंड 11(1) ऑफ फेमा 1999। फर्स्ट पॉइंट क्या है? आरबीआई rationalizes rule for movement of Indian currency with Nepal and Bhutan, ठीक है। सेकेंड पॉइंट है इसका, the Reserve Bank of India has revised and liberalized the framework governing export and import of Indian currency notes to and from Nepal and Bhutan, superseding the earlier circular dated March 20, 2019. The move aims to simplify cross-border cash movement for travel, trade and people-to-people exchanges while retaining necessary safeguards. ये हमारे 2 important points थे। Circular export and import of Indian currency to from Nepal and Bhutan. Important key regulatory changes. First, eligibility permitted for all person except citizens of Pakistan and Bangladesh, ठीक है। Next, currency notes up to ₹100 denominations wise. First point, no monetary limit on export to or import from Nepal and Bhutan. Second, applies to both Government of India and RBI notes, ठीक है। ये किस पे है? Currency notes up to ₹100 denomination wise. Second, currency notes above ₹100. Export from India allowed up to ₹25,000. Import into India allowed up to ₹25,000. करेंसी नोट्स जो अबव हैं ₹100 के, और करेंसी नोट्स अप टू ₹100, ये सभी दोनों में इसमें एक्सप्लेन किया है दोनों पॉइंट्स में। तो करेंसी नोट्स अप टू ₹100 डिनोमिनेशन वाइज रहेगा, नो मॉनेटरी लिमिट रहेगा ऑन एक्सपोर्ट टू और इंपोर्ट फ्रॉम नेपाल एंड भूटान, एंड सेकेंड अप्लाइज टू बोथ गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया एंड RBI नोट्स. Currency notes above ₹100, export from India allowed up to ₹25,000, import into India allowed up to ₹25,000. Ensure symmetry in outward and inward movement. ठीक, ये था हमारा एक्सपोर्ट एंड इंपोर्ट ऑफ इंडियन करेंसी टू फ्रॉम नेपाल एंड भूटान. अब इस पे कि इस जो इंफॉर्मेशन है पूरी कंप्लीट कंटेंट, इस पे हम कैसे क्वेश्चंस पुट ऑन कर सकते हैं. क्वेश्चन पे चलते हैं, कैसा क्वेश्चन पूछा जा सकता है. ठीक है, तो क्वेश्चन है विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग कॉम्बिनेशन इज करेक्टली मैच. तो ये जो आपको दिए हैं कैटेगरी लिमिट्स, ये आपसे पूछा गया है कि इन दोनों में से कौन से कॉम्बिनेशन है जो करेक्टली मैच हो रहे हैं. ठीक है, डिनोमिनेशन लेस देन ग्रेटर देन ₹100, अनलिमिटेड मैच. ठीक है, ये मैच हो रहा है. और डिनोमिनेशन इज ग्रेटर देन ₹100, एक्सपोर्ट ₹25,000 इज मैच्ड, एंड डिनोमिनेशन इज ग्रेटर देन ₹100, इंपोर्ट इज मैच्ड. ये दोनों, ये सभी कुछ मैच हो रहे हैं. तो ऑल 3 इज द राइट आंसर ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन, क्योंकि ये तीनों ही जो आपको दिए हैं ऑप्शंस, ये तीनों ही कैटेगरी एंड लिमिट्स के मैच कर रहे हैं, जैसे हमने डिस्कस किया था अपने इस सर्कुलर में. ठीक है, एक्सपोर्ट फ्रॉम इंडिया अलाउड अप टू 25,000, इंपोर्ट इट इनटू इंडिया अलाउड अप टू 25,000. किसकी बात हो रही है? करेंसी नोट्स अबाउट ₹100, एंड करेंसी नोट्स अप टू ₹100 डिनोमिनेशन वाइज की बात है, तो नो मॉनेटरी लिमिट ऑन एक्सपोर्ट टू और इंपोर्ट फ्रॉम नेपाल एंड भूटान अप्लाइज टू बोथ गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया एंड RBI नोट्स. ठीक है, इसी पे बेस ये क्वेश्चन था, राइट आंसर हो जाएगा. तीनों ही इसमें मैच कर रहे हैं करेक्टली. सेकेंड हमारा कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर करते चलेंगे. केस स्टडीज पे कैसा केस स्टडी क्वेश्चन पूछा जा सकता है, इसी पे बेस्ड है. देखते हैं, इंपोर्ट फ्रॉम भूटान. ठीक है, इंपोर्ट फ्रॉम भूटान बी रिटर्न्स फ्रॉम भूटान टू इंडिया विद ₹26,000 इन ₹200 नोट्स, ₹5,000 इन ₹50 नोट्स. दो आपको स्टेटमेंट दी हैं. What should be the regulatory position, ये आपसे पूछा गया है. ठीक है, फर्स्ट पॉइंट है एंटायर अमाउंट इज परमिटेड. सेकेंड है ₹1,000 और ₹200 नोट मस्ट बी सरेंडर. थर्ड है ओनली ₹25,000 इन टोटल में बी ब्रॉड, एंड फोर्थ है ₹200 नोट्स आर नॉट परमिटेड फॉर इम्पोर्ट. राइट क्या हो जाएगा? ₹1,000 of ₹200 notes must be surrendered. ठीक है, जो हमने अभी अपनी कंप्लीट सर्कुलर्स देखा था उसी पे बेस्ड ये एक केस स्टडी क्वेश्चन है कि someone is import from Bhutan. He returns from Bhutan to India with ₹26,000 in 200 notes and ₹5,000 in ₹50 notes. What should be the regulatory positions? राइट क्या हो जाएगा? ₹1,000 ऑफ ₹200 नोट मस्ट बी सरेंडर्ड इज द राइट ऑप्शन. देखें कैसे, तो नोट्स ग्रेटर देन ₹100 लिमिट टू ₹25,000 एंड ₹50 नोट्स अनलिमिटेड. तो ₹50 के नोट्स हैं वो अनलिमिटेड. ग्रेटर देन नोट्स तो किससे हैं, किससे बड़े? ₹100 से. कितने? 25,000. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट जो केस स्टडी क्वेश्चन बनता है वो क्या है? मिक्स्ड डिनोमिनेशन ट्रेवल सिनेरियो. Mr. A, an Indian resident, plans to travel from India to Nepal. He is carrying, first point, ₹18,000 in ₹500 notes and second point, ₹12,000 in ₹100 notes. Which of the following is correct? तो कौन सा करेक्ट होगा? जो नीचे आपको 4 ऑप्शंस दिए हैं. He may carry the entire amount without restriction. Yeah, it's a correct. Second, he must reduce the ₹500 notes to ₹7,000. Incorrect. Third one, he may carry ₹25,000 in ₹500 notes only is incorrect. Fourth, he cannot carry ₹500 notes at all is incorrect. Right answer, option A is the right answer. He may carry the entire amount without restriction. Mr. A, an Indian resident plan to travel from India to Nepal. He is carrying 18,000 in 500 notes and 12,000 in 100 notes. ठीक है, मिक्स डिनोमिनेशन ट्रेवल सिनेरियो रहेगा ये केस स्टडी. ठीक है, तो ₹100 नोट्स कितने हैं? अनलिमिटेड. एंड नोट्स ग्रेटर देन ₹100, ₹18,000 लेस देन और इक्वल्स टू ₹25,000 इज परमिटेड, जो हमने डिस्कस किया था अपने इस पे. देखिए, एक्सपोर्ट फ्रॉम इंडिया एंड इनटू अलाउड इंडिया, इंपोर्ट इनटू इंडिया. ठीक है, कितना? 25. ठीक है, 25,000 ये हमने डिस्कस किया था, उसी पे है. नेक्स्ट चलेंगे. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन में क्या पूछा गया है? Case study. Mr. C, a citizen of Bangladesh but resident in India, intends to take ₹10,000 in ₹500 notes and ₹5,000 in ₹100 notes to Nepal. Which of the following applies? A, B, C, D. 3 आपको दिए हैं. ठीक है, तो permitted as limits are within prescribed selling is incorrect. Second, permitted only with RBI approval is incorrect. Third one, prohibited irrespective of amount is correct. And fourth one is allowed only for ₹100 denomination notes is incorrect. So option C is the correct. Mr. C, citizen of Bangladesh but residents in India, intends to take ₹10,000 in 500 notes and ₹5,000 in 100 notes to Nepal. Which of the following prohibited irrespective of amount is correct statement? Next one, which of the following correctly describes the rule for export of Indian currency notes of denomination above ₹100 to Nepal or Bhutan? There are the 4 statements. Which one is correct? So allowed up to ₹25,000, option C is correct, because prohibited in all cases is incorrect. Allowed without limit is incorrect. Allowed only with the RBI approval is incorrect. Right answer, allowed up to ₹25,000. Next circular. RBI amended the Small Finance Banks Credit Facilities Directions 2025 to comprehensively revamp the gold metal loans GML framework. ये है RBI सर्कुलर. हमारा सेकंड सर्कुलर. फर्स्ट सर्कुलर हमने डिस्कस किया, उस पे हमने कुछ केस स्टडी क्वेश्चन डिस्कस किए, स्टेटमेंट बेस्ड क्वेश्चन डिस्कस किए. अब हम अपने सेकंड सर्कुलर को डिस्कस करेंगे. सेकंड सर्कुलर है हमारा RBI amended the Small Finance Banks Credit Facilities Directions 2025 to comprehensively revamp the gold metal loans framework. Okay, first, issued under section 21 and 35A of the Banking Regulation Act 1949. Second, new definitions inserted for gold metal loans GML, GMS linked GML, import linked GML, and old chapter 5 deleted and replaced with a new chapter 5A gold metal loans GML. RBI has laid down prudential valuation, risk management, repayment and disclosure norms for GML. Quarterly supervisory reporting on GML introduced. Effective date 1st of April 2026. Early adoptions permitted. Okay, तो ये है हमारा सेकंड सर्कुलर. RBI amended the Small Finance Bank Credit Facilities Directions 2025 to comprehensively revamp the gold metal loans GML framework. Repayments norms category or repayment tenure. Jewelry exporters as per foreign trade policy FTP, other jewelers maximum 270 days. और GMS linked GML options to repay principal in physical gold with conditions. ठीक है, ये है हमारी कैटेगरी and this is the repayment tenure. तो I repeat, category first, jewelry exporters as per foreign trade policy, other jewelers maximum 270 days, and GMS linked GML options to repay principal in physical gold with conditions. Next, RBI amended the Commercial Banks Credit Facilities Directions 2025 to revamp the Gold Metal Loans GML framework. ठीक है. First one is issued under sections 21 and 35A of the Banking Regulation Act 1949. New definition introduced for gold metal loans GML. Second, GMS linked GML. Third one, import linked GML. Existing chapter 5 on GML deleted and replaced with new chapter 5A gold metal loans GML. RBI has prescribed prudential valuation, risk management, repayment and disclosure norms for GML. Third is quarterly supervisory reporting Annex 5 or GML mandated. Effective date 1st of April 2026. Early adoption permitted. Type 1 and source of gold and repayment. Type is GMS linked GML. Source of gold, gold deposits under gold monetization scheme GMS of gold borrowed from the other GMS banks and repayment gold cash combination. Next type, import linked GML. Source of gold, imported gold by nominated banks and repayment cash only. It's our third circular. RBI amended the Commercial Banks Credit Facilities Directions 2025 to revamp the Gold Metal Loans GML framework. Okay. Next point, eligible banks and borrowers. Nominated banks authorized to import gold, import linked GML jewelers, designated GMS banks and GMS linked GML jewelers MMTC limited for minting Indian gold coins, and non-manufacturing jewelers may borrow only for outsourced job work manufacturing. Third one is prudential and risk management norms. Board approved GML lending and risk management policy mandatory. Policy must specify categories of GML undertaken, limits on quantity of gold per borrower, overall outstanding GML, due diligence and credit assessment norms, and capital adequacy and prudential norms apply like any other loan. Daily valuation, LBMA gold AM price cross US dollar INR reference rate. Next point, and use and liability safeguard. Borrowers cannot sell or export gold as primary gold. Second, no liability towards overseas gold suppliers or GMS depositors. Third, bank must continuously monitor and use and exposure levels. ठीक है, तो ये हमने डिस्कस किया हमारा नेक्स्ट सर्कुलर. अब देखते हैं कुछ क्वेश्चंस जो स्टेटमेंट बेस्ड क्वेश्चन हो सकते हैं. First question, with reference to RBI's gold metal loans GML framework, consider the following statements. So 3 statements are here. Which statement are correct? The asking question. Okay. First statement, GML refers to loan extended in the form of gold metal to specified borrowers. Is correct or incorrect? It's a correct statement. Second, import linked GML may be repaid either in gold or cash. It's an incorrect statement. And third statement, GMS linked GML may be repaid in gold, cash or a combination of both. It's a correct statement. So 1 and 3 only is the correct statement. Important is linked GML must be repaid only in cash, not गोल्ड. ठीक है. जो सेकंड है, इंपोर्ट लिंक्ड जीएमएल में बी रिपेड आइदर इन गोल्ड और कैश. तो इसका आंसर है इंपोर्ट लिंक्ड जीएमएल मस्ट बी रिपेड ओनली इन कैश, नॉट गोल्ड. आंसर is 1 and 3 only is the correct statement. Second question, under the amended GML framework, banks are required to submit supervisory returns on GML. Right answer, quarterly by 7th day of the following month. Okay. So RBI mandates quarterly reporting due to 7th day of the following month and format Annex 5. It's a explanation of the answer. Next question, case study question. So, non-manufacturing jewelers. It's a case study question. Non-manufacturing jeweler. A small finance bank proposes to extend GML to a jeweler who only trades finished jewelry and does not undertake any manufacturing activity. Under RBI's GML norms, the loan may be extended only if the jeweler outsources manufacturing or job work basis. Option C is the right answer of this question. So, non-manufacturing jewelers are allowed only for job work manufacturing, not pure trading. Next question. A jeweler borrows gold under GMS-linked GML and export a portion of the gold as primary gold to take advantage of favorable international prices. This action is not permissible under GML norms. Not permissible under GML norms. Okay. Gold borrowed under GML cannot be gold or exported as primary gold irrespective of borrower's category. Clear? हमारा नेक्स्ट सर्कुलर है आरबीआई रिलीजेस एनुअल रिपोर्ट ऑन इंटीग्रेटेड एम्बर्समेंट स्कीम RBIOS 2024-25. It's our next circular. Important point. First, the Reserve Bank of India (RBI) has released the annual report of the Reserve Bank Integrated Embersment Scheme (RBIOS 2021) for the period April 1st, 2024 to March 31st, 2025, highlighting significant progress in India's consumer grievance redressal ecosystem. First point, complaints rise but intensity falls. A total of 13.34 lakh complaints were received in 2024-25, marking a 13.55% increase over the previous year. However, complaints per lakh bank accounts declined from 8.9 to 7.7, indicating improved grievance handling by regulated entities (REs). Second, strong digital adoption. Over 91% of complaints were lodged through digital channels, CMS portal or email, underscoring growing public awareness and ease of access. Third point, who complain and against whom? Individual accounted for 87.19% of complaints. Second, bank attracted the highest share, 81.53%, followed by NBFCs 14.80%. Third, last one is private sector banks overtook public sector banks in complaint share, while small finance bank recorded a sharp 42% rise in complaints. Next, top grievances cases. 5 categories made up over 86% of complaints, led by loan and advances 29.25%, followed by credit cards, mobile electronic banking deposits and ATM debit cards. Notably, digital banking complaints declined by 12.74%, reflecting better system controls. Next, high disposal efficiency. 2.90 lakh complaints disposed at ombudsman offices. Disposal rate 93.07%. Of maintainable complaints, 51.91% were resolved through settlement conciliations, while only 36 cases required formal awards, reinforcing the scheme's conciliatory approach. Next is non-maintainable complaints. Over 1.09 lakh complaints were closed as non-maintainable, mainly due to first resort complaints, duplicates, incomplete information or matter outside RBI jurisdictions. Next is appeal remained limited. Only 104 appeals were filed during the year, largely by complaints, indicating broad acceptance of ombudsman decision. And next, operational gains. Average cost per complaint fell from 1,732 to 1,582. The RBI contact center 14448 handled 9.27 lakh calls and expand language and time coverage to enhance accessibility. Next is consumer protection measures. During the year, RBI intensified efforts to protect consumer by issuing advisories against digital arrest and impersonation frauds, strengthening key fact statements, norms for loans, simplifying KYC via the central KYC registry, setting 14-day loan sanction timelines for MSME and increasing the collateral free agricultural loan limit to rupees 2 lakh. Way forward 2025-26, RBI plans to review the embezzlement scheme, strengthening internal grievance redressal system of REs, issues fresh master directions on complaint handling and upgrade the complaint management system to further enhance consumer confidence and protection. So इस पे बेस कुछ क्वेश्चंस देखते हैं. फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन, रिगार्डिंग द RBI contact center 14448 consider, there are the three statements which is the correct. First is call increased by nearly 30% year on year is a correct statement. Second, services are available only in Hindi and English, it's a incorrect. Third one, amendment calls formed less than 1% of total calls is the correct. 1 and 3 only is the correct statement. Option B is the right answer. Second, center supports 10 regional language, not only Hindi and English. Next question. With reference to complaint categories under RBI, consider the following statement. First, second, third. Which of the above statement is the correct? First statement, loans and advances constituted the largest category of complaints is the correct statement. Second, credit card related complaints showed a significant year-on-year increases. It's a correct statement. And third one, mobile and electronic banking complaints increased in 2024-25 is the incorrect statement. 1 and 2 only is the correct statement. Digital banking complaints declined, not increased. Okay. Digital banking compliance decline, not increase. इसमें लिखा है. Okay. It's a incorrect. Next question, consider the following statement regarding RBI's Consumer Protection Initiative 2024-25. RBI, first statement, RBI issued measures to curb voice call and SMS based financial frauds is the correct statement. Second, the collateral free agricultural loan limit was increased. It's a correct statement. Third one, RBI reduced the turnaround time for MSME loan sanction to 7 days. It's an incorrect statement. So which of the following statement is about correct? 1 and 2 only is the correct statement. Statement 3 is incorrect. MSME loan TAT was fixed at 14 days, not 7 days. Okay, so that's why it's a incorrect statement. Next circular is Reserve Bank of India Commercial Banks Responsible Business Conduct Amendment Direction 2025. So Reserve Bank of India Commercial Banks Responsible Business Conduct Amendment Directions 2025 is our next circular. Circular number RBI 2025-2026-103 dated 4th of December 2025. Applicability, commercial banks excluding small finance bank, payment banks and local area banks. Effective date 1st of April 2026 or date of adoption by the bank, whichever is earlier, issued by the Reserve Bank of India under Section 35A of the Banking Regulation Act 1949. These amendments finalize the revised framework for basic saving bank deposit BSBD accounts to promote financial inclusion, affordability and customer-centric banking. New definition introduced: digital payment transaction is equal to same as electronic fund transfer under the Payment and Settlement System Act 2007. Next point is BSBD account mandatory free facilities. Para 86. Every commercial bank must be offer BSBD as a normal banking services without minimum balance, providing the following fee of charge. First is cash deposit. Second is receipt of funds via electronic channels, checks. And third one, no cap on number or value of deposit per month. Fourth is ATM cum debit card, no annual issuance of renewal fee. Fifth is checkbook, minimum 25 check leaves per year. Sixth is internet and mobile banking. Seventh is passbook or monthly statement print / email, continuous passbook free. And eighth is at least 4 free withdrawals per month ATM plus transfer own or other banks ATMs. And first point, digital payments, UPI, NEFT, RTGS, IMPS, POS, etc. are not counted as withdraw. Second is charges or digital payments as per RBI NPCI Government of India guidelines. Customer choice is mandatory. Para 86A, ATM card, checkbook, internet, mobile banking only if customer request. Banks cannot force customers to avail these facilities at opening or later. Existing BSBD accounts, para 86B, newly added. Free facilities, checkbook, internet, mobile banking, etc. Next is to provide it on customer request. And last point is request must be ended via physical or digital modes. Next is additional facilities, para 87. Bank may offer extra services with or without charges. Next, must be non-discriminatory or discriminatory, transparent. Next, no minimum balance required allowed, and availment is strictly optional. Next, KYC and minors, para 88. Governed by RBI Commercial Banks KYC Directions 2025. BSBD accounts for minors subjects to para 186 to 191. Next is no initial deposit, para 89. And banks cannot insist on any initial minimum deposit. And next is conversion to BSBD, para 90. Existing saving accounts BSBD must be converted within 7 days of return request, and digital request options mandatory. 1 BSBD per customer, para 91. Only 1 BSBD account per individual across all banks. Mandatory declaration from customer before opening conversion. सो ये कंप्लीट हुआ हमारा सर्कुलर. इस पे बेस्ड हम अपने क्वेश्चंस देखते हैं किस तरह के क्वेश्चंस पूछे जा सकते हैं एग्जाम्स में. मैच लिस्ट 1 प्रोविजन विद लिस्ट 2 करेक्ट डिस्क्रिमिनेशन. ठीक है, इससे मैच करना है हमने. लिस्ट 1 ये है एंड लिस्ट 2 ये है. लिस्ट 1 प्रोविजन एंड लिस्ट 2 करेक्ट डिस्क्रिप्शन. ठीक है. फर्स्ट, अ डिजिटल पेमेंट ट्रांजेक्शन किसके साथ मैच है? एज पर PSS एक्ट 2007. ठीक है. सेकेंड, फ्री विड्रॉस किसके साथ? मिनिमम 4 पर मंथ. C is ATM oblique check oblique digital banking facilities is matched with only on customer request. And fourth is conversion to BSBD matched with within 7 days. तो A3 ओके 2 1, B जो है वो 1 एंड C 2 एंड D 4. राइट आंसर इज ऑप्शन D. ठीक है, ऑप्शन D इज द राइट आंसर ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन. इस तरह से आपने मैच करना है. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन में भी इसी तरह से है. मैच लिस्ट 1 एंटिटी एस्पेक्ट्स एंड लिस्ट 2 एप्लीकेबल प्रोविजन. लिस्ट 1 ये है, लिस्ट 2 ये है. मैच करना है. इनिशियल मिनिमम डिपॉजिट इज नॉट परमिटेड. Multiple BSBD accounts declaration mandatory. C, additional facilities optional or minimum balance. And D, public disclosure mandatory by banks. Right answer option C. A 2, B 1, C 3 and D 4. Next question. Under the amended BSBD framework, which of the following facilities are mandatorily free of charge? So there are the 4 options. Select the correct answer using the code below. First is issuance and renewal of ATM cum debit card is correct. Second, minimum 25 checks leaves per year is correct. Third one, internet and mobile banking is correct. And fourth is unlimited free ATM withdraw is incorrect. So right answer 1, 2 and 3 only is the correct. Okay. Only minimum 4 free withdrawals per month are mandated, not unlimited. ठीक है. तो option 4 is incorrect. Next question. Under the RBI BSBD amendments, a customer 1, 2, 3 and 4. Right answer option C. Is permitted to hold only one BSBD account across all banks. Option C is the right answer. Next, Banking Laws Amendment Act 2025. First act amended under the 2025 law. The act amended 5 major banking laws. First, Reserve Bank of India Act 1934. Second, Banking Regulation Act 1949. Third, State Bank of India Act 1955. Fourth, Banking Companies Acquisitions and Transfer of Undertakings Act 1970. And fifth is Banking Companies Acquisitions and Transfer of Undertakings Act 1980. So, why important? Shows the wide legal impact of the amendment across the entire banking framework. Next, key reforms introduced. First, modernized nomination framework section 10 to 13. What changed? First, depositors can now nominate up to 4%. Second, 2 types of nomination allowed. First, simultaneous nomination. Second, successive nomination applicable to bank deposits, articles in safe custody and safety lockers. Explanation of terms. Simultaneous nomination, multiple nominees receive the money together in defined percentage total equal to 100%. Successive nomination, if the first nominee dies, the claim automatically moves to the next nominee. Why important? Reduce litigation, speed up settlement and prevent deposits for becoming unclaimed. Okay. Next is redefinition of substantial interest section 3. What changed? Threshold increase from rupees 5 lakh 1968 level to rupees 2 crore. Second is meaning of substantial interest. It refers to a level of financial stake or ownership in a bank that can influence decision. Why important? Old limit was outdated due to inflation. Second is helps RBI identify real controlling interest more accurately and improve corporate governance. Next is governance reforms in cooperative banks section 4 and 14. What changed? Maximum tenures of direction excluding chairperson and whole time directors increased from 8 years to 10 years and linked constitutional provision aligned with the 97 constitutional amendment and explanation. 97 amendment emphasizes democratic functioning, professional management, autonomy of cooperative institutions. Why important? Strengthen stability and professionalism in cooperative banks, which are crucial for rural finance. Next is audit reforms in public sector banks, section 15 to 20. Key provision: PSB can now decide auditors' remunerations and second, transfer unclaimed shares interest and bond redemptions amount to IEPF. Important term: IEPF, Investor Education and Protection Fund, a government fund where unclaimed investor money is parked for transparency and investor awareness. Why is important? Better pay attract high quality auditors, brings PSB in line with Companies Act practices and procedural efficiency and reporting reforms. And what changed? Reporting dates align with end of the month and end of the fortnight. Earlier reference like last Friday and alternate Friday removed. Why important? Reduces manual work, improves automation and enhances compliance efficiency. The question is, with reference to the Banking Laws Amendment Act 2025, consider the following statement. First, second and third statement are here. Which of the statement is above are correct? First statement, successive nomination applies only to term deposit and not to safety lockers. It's a correct or incorrect? So it's a incorrect. Second is, the act allowed depositors to nominate more than one person for a single bank account is the correct statement. And the third is, simultaneous nomination permits allocations of deposit among nominees in percentage terms is the correct statement. B and 2 and 3. Option B is the right answer. So multiple nominations are allowed. Simultaneous nomination allow percentage-wise allocation and successive nomination also applies to safety lockers. Statement 3 is incorrect statement. Okay. Next, Consider the following statement regarding the term substantial interest as amendment in 2025. First, second, three, and which of the statement is above are correct. Okay. First, the monetary thresholds for determining substantial interest has been revised upward is the correct statement. Second, the revision reflects inflation and growth in the banking sector since 1968 is the correct statement. And third, the revised threshold is rupees 2 crore is a correct statement. 1, 2 and 3 is the correct statement. Option C is the right answer of this question. Next question. With reference to governance reforms in cooperative banks under the Banking Laws Amendment Act 2025, consider the following statement first, second and 3. Which of the statement is the correct? Okay. First, the maximum tenure of directors in cooperative banks has been increased is a correct statement. Second, the revised tenure applies equally to chairperson, whole-time directors and other directors is incorrect. And third, these reforms align cooperative banks with the 97 constitutional amendment is a correct statement. 1 and 3 only is the correct statement. Option A is the right answer of this question. So, chairperson and whole-time director are excluded from the tenure increase. Next question. Consider the following statement regarding audit reforms in public sector banks 1, 2 and 3. Which of the statement is given above are correct? Okay, first statement, PSB have been empowered to decide the remuneration of auditors is the correct. Second is unclaimed shares and bond redemptions amount can be transferred to the IEPF is correct. Third is these provisions aligns PSB with practices under the Companies Act is the correct. 1, 2 and 3 only is the correct statement. Next, our next circular is Reserve Bank of India Rural Cooperative Bank CRR and SLR Amendment Directions 2025. First point is most important. First point is the Reserve Bank of India has issued a RBI Rural Cooperative Bank Cash Reserve Ratio and Statutory Liquid Ratio Amendment Directions 2025 on December 11, 2025 to align CRR and SLR maintenance and reporting with the Banking Laws Amendment Act 2025. Important key highlight. First point, calendar-based fortnight introduced. The definition of fortnight has been revised from a Friday-based cycle to a calendar-based period. First, 15th and 16th last day of the month effective December 15, 2025. CRR and SLR reporting aligned. All references to alternate Friday on Friday have been replaced with last day of the fortnight, improving clarity and operational efficiency. Next point, simplified reporting structure. The earlier system of provisional, final and special form B has been discontinued. A single form B CRR return will now be submitted fortnightly, while form 1 SLR will be submitted monthly through the CIMS portal. Next point, transition arrangements notified CRR and SLR maintenance during December 16 to 31, 2025 and December 1 to 15, 2026 will be based on a specified historical NDTL dates to ensure smooth transitions. Next point, minimum CRR compliance during transitions. During the transitions period December 13 to 15, 2025, bank must maintain 100% of the required CRR. Next, regulatory power invoked directions have been issued under Section 35A of the Banking Regulation Act 1949. Read the Section 42 of the RBI Act 1934 of Section 18 and 24 of the Banking Regulation Act 1949. So, this is RBI circular. Next, Reserve Bank of India Rural Cooperative Bank CRR and SLR Amendment Directions 2025. अब चलते हैं स्टेटमेंट बेस्ड क्वेश्चन पे. With reference to reporting changes under the amendment directions, consider the following statement first, second and 3. Which of the statements is correct? First is reference to Friday have been replaced with day or last day of the fortnight is a correct. It's a correct statement. Second is reporting is now aligned with calendar based fortnight instead of weekdays is correct statement. Third is these changes aims to align CRR/SLR reporting with accounting cycles is the correct. 1, 2 and 3 only is the correct statement. Next question. Under the amendment framework, forms B CRR return is required to be submitted fortnightly. Option C is the right answer of this question. Next question. Form 1 SLR return under the new system shall be submitted. Option C monthly is the right answer of this question. Next question. Which portal is used for submission of revised Form B and Form 1 returns? Right answer, CIMS portal is the right answer, option C. Our next circular is final interest on shortfall in CRR and SLR change in bank rate. Okay. Circular RBI 2025-26-134 reference dash and this December date December 5 2025 applicability banks effective immediate. Okay, RBI revised panel interest on CRR and SLR shortfalls following bank rate cut. The Reserve Bank of India has revised the panel interest rates applicable on shortfalls in cash reserve ratio CRR and saturated liquidity ratio SLR following a 25 basis point reductions in the bank rate announced in the monetary policy statement 25-26 date December 5th 2025. Important key policy changes: bank rate reduced by 25 bps from 5.75% to 5.50%. Effective immediately, as panel interest on CRR and SLR shortfalls is linked to the bank rate. The applicable panel rates have also been revised downward. Nature of shortfall, earlier rate and revised rate immediate. Panel interest lower slab, bank rate plus 3%, 8.75%, bank rate plus 3%, 8.50%, panel interest higher slab, bank rate plus 5%, 10.75%, bank rate plus 5%, 10.50%. The applicable slab depends on the duration of the shortfall. First point, CRR and SLR are prudential reserve requirements to ensure liquidity and financial stability. Second, panel interest acts as a deterrent against non-compliance. And third is linkage penalties to the bank rate ensure automatic transmission of monetary policy changes. And last one, the reductions in bank rate lowers the cost of non-compliance consistent with an accommodative policy stance. The question is, which of the following would not change if the bank rate is altered? Right answer, repo rate. Option C, repo rate is the right answer of this question. Okay, repo rate is separate policy rate. Panel's rate are explicitly linked to bank rate. Next, consider the following statement, first, second and three, whichever the statement is correct. Okay. First, the revised panel interest rate apply only to new instances of CRR shortfall is incorrect. The revised panel interest rates apply to both CRR and SLR shortfalls is correct. And third one is the circular is applicable to all scheduled commercial banks only is the incorrect. Right answer, option B, 2 only is the correct statement. Our next circular is RBI rationalizes capital adequacy framework for small finance bank. First point is the Reserve Bank of India has issued the small finance bank prudential norms on capital adequacy amendment directions 2025 as part of its ongoing efforts to streamline prudential regulations and ensure consistency across supervisory framework. Second is the amendment follows the issuance of the small finance bank concentration risk management amendment directions 2025, that is necessitating alignment in the treatment of risk-weighted assets RWAs. And third one is paragraph 68 under chapter 4th calculation of risk-weighted assets. The RWAs has been deleted from the existing capital adequacy directions. First question is the amendment shall come into force from 1st of January 2026. Option C is the right answer. Next question. Consider the following statement, first, second and three. Which of the following statement is above are correct? The amendment was issued consequent to the Small Finance Bank Concentration Risk Management Amendment Directions 2025 is the correct statement. Second, the amendment was issued due to changes in Basel III capital standard is the incorrect statement. Third is the amendment aims to align capital adequacy norms with concentration risk norms is a correct statement. 1 and 3 only. Option B is the right answer of this question. Next circular is RBI amended the Credit Information Companies CIC's Directions 2025 to further strengthen the credit information reporting ecosystem. First point is issued under Section 11 of the Credit Information Companies Regulation Act 2005. And focus area of amendment, first is more frequent and granular credit reporting. Second is standardization of data validation and rejection. And Third, improved data quality index DQI framework and enhanced supervisory monitoring, effective dates 1st July 2026. First point is revised credit information reporting frequency, para 15, reporting reference dates 9, 16, 23rd and last day of the month. Full file submission as on last day of the month to be submitted by 5th of the next month includes all active accounts, accounts closed since last reference date. Next is incremental file submission for 9, 16 and 23rd. Only incremental account submission timeline within 4 calendar days. Incremental accounts include first newly open account, second closed account, third is changes due to borrower action, repayment, balance change, demographic, guarantors, ownership, etc. Account with overdues, even change only in DPD must be reported. Annex 9 provides illustrations of timelines. Second is supervisory monitoring via Daksh portal, para 15 to CICs must report non-compliant credit institution on Daksh portal frequency half yearly as of March 31st as on September 30. Reported to Department of Supervision RBI Central Office. Third is uniform data acceptance and rejections norms, para 90. CICs must implement uniform data validation rules, share rules with CIs, use uniform online maintenance format, use uniform encryption standards. Reason for data rejections must be uniformly parameterized and second circulated to CIs. New obligation on CI, rejected data must be rectified and resubmitted before with next reporting cycle. And fourth is data quality index DQI strengthening, para 20, and file level DQI for all segments, consumer, commercial, microfinance provided within 3 calendar days. A CI level DQI monthly and by 10th day of the next month, and commercial and microfinance CI level DQI computed as weighted average of file level DQI, illustration in Annex 10. Next is inquiry and data ingestion standardization. CICs must maintain a uniform inquiry table, para 2110. CICs must ingest full file and weekly incremental file, share rejection reports within 3 calendar days, para 39, and one line memory hooks, reporting dates 9, 16, 23rd month and full file by 5th of the next month, and incremental file within 4 days, DQI file level 3 days and CI level 10th, and Daksh half yearly non-compliance reporting, effective date 1st of July 2026. Okay, first question is CICs are required to report non-compliant credit institutions on the Daksh portal at which frequency? Half yearly, option C is the right answer of this question. Daksh reporting half yearly, March 31st and September 30. Next question, case study question. A CIC provides file level DQI to a CI after 7 days of receipt of data and CI level DQI after 20 days. Identify the correct position. Here's the 4 point. Option D is the right answer. Both timelines are non-compliant. Okay. Option D is the right answer. File level DQI within 3 days and CI level DQI by 10th of next month. Our next circular is RBI amendment to credit information reporting framework for commercial banks to further strengthen the accuracy, timelines and integrity of credit data. First issued under section 11 of the Credit Information Companies Regulation Act 2005. The amendments are increased reporting frequency, clearly distinguish full file versus incremental reporting, mandates CKYC number reporting, enforce time-bound rectification of rejected data, strengthen supervisory oversight via Daksh portal. Effective dates 1st of July 2026. Reporting reference dates 9, 16, 23rd and last day of the month. Full file submission as on last day of the month, and deadline 5th day of the next month. Must include all active accounts and accounts where relations have ended since last reference date. Okay. Next point, incremental file submission applicable for 9th, 16. 23rd timeline within 4 calendar days must include newly opened accounts, closed accounts, changes due to borrower action, repayments, balance, demographic updates, guarantor, ownership, account type, account with overdues, even change only in days past due DPD, supervisory oversight via Daksh portal. CICs must report non-complaints commercial banks on Daksh portal. Frequency half yearly as of March 31st and second is as on September 30. Report sent to Department of Supervision RBI Central Office. Next is mandatory CKYC number reporting, new para 1210. Commercial bank must report CKYC number of borrowers to CIC wherever already available or as and when CKYC is generated for fresh applicants. Exam engine enhance identify linkage, duplications and data equality. Fourth is rectification and rejected data para 15. If CIC rejects data, bank must rectify and resubmit before or along with next reporting to reference date and cannot defer to quarterly/annual submission. First question of this circular is, under the amendment directions, commercial banks are required to report CKYC numbers to CIC. Right answer, wherever available or as and when generated. Option C is the right answer. Next question is statement based with reference to RBI ARC credit information reporting amendment directions 2025. Consider the following statement, first, second and three. Which of the statement is above are correct? First statement, ARC must submit credit information 4 times a month is correct, and second is incremental reporting excludes accounts where only DPD has changed is incorrect, and third one, full file submission must be completed by the 5th day of the next month is correct. So 1 and 3 only is the correct statement. Next point है, the Reserve Bank of India launched the offline digital e-rupee at the Global FinTech Fest 2025, marking a major milestone in India's digital finance evolution. The e-rupees is India's official CBDC central bank digital currency, functioning like a physical cash in digital form and stored in bank wallets offered by SBI, ICICI, HDFC and Union Bank. These wallets are available on Google Play and Apple App Store, enabling instant P2P, person to person and P2M, person to merchants transaction. Next point is the e-rupee supports offline payments using minimal network connectivity of or NFC cap technology, ensuring accessibility in rural and remote regions. Next point, the programmable e-rupees is being tested in government schemes like Gujarat, G-Safal and Andhra Pradesh, DPAM 2.0, promoting efficient subsidy delivery, financial inclusion and transparency. Last point is India's first retail e-rupee pilot began on 1st of December 2022 with over 7 million users participating so far. तो इसी के साथ ही हमने कंप्लीट किया है हमारा दिसंबर मंथ का बैंकिंग है फाइनेंशियल अवेयरनेस। क्लास अच्छी लगे तो आप लोग एक हाइप जरूर दीजिए और पीडीएफ परचेज करने के रिगार्डिंग आप लोग व्हाट्सएप कर सकते हैं। कोई भी क्लास का अगर आपको पीडीएफ चाहिए तो आप लोग व्हाट्सएप जरूर करिए, आपको व्हाट्सएप पे पूरा कंप्लीट पीडीएफ मिल जाएगा पीडीएफ परचेज करने के रिगार्डिंग, और कुछ भी डाउट्स एंड क्वेरीज हैं आप लोग पूछ सकते हैं। इसके अलावा जैसे मैंने बताया ये सारी ही क्लासेस इंपॉर्टेंट है एग्जाम्स के रिलेवेंट, आपको जो भी सुटेबल है जैसे सुटेबल है आप लोग क्लास को जरूर पढ़ के जाइए, आपको 100% इसमें हेल्प मिलेगी। अक्टूबर टू दिसंबर बैंकिंग एंड फाइनेंशियल अवेयरनेस लास्ट 3 मंथ्स काफी इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाता है, सभी इसमें कंटेंट के साथ डिस्कस किया गया है टोटल 14 टॉपिक के साथ, और लास्ट 6 मंथ आरबीआई सर्कुलर जो है वो काफी इंपॉर्टेंट है, इसमें क्वेश्चंस जो बनाए गए हैं वो कुछ एग्जाम रिलेवेंट बनाए गए हैं, स्टेटमेंट बेस्ड एमसीक्यूज हैं, केस स्टडी एमसीक्यूज हैं। इसके अलावा लास्ट 6 मंथ पीआईबी प्रेस इंफॉर्मेशन ब्यूरो जो मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ फाइनेंस के द्वारा दी गई क्वेश्चंस हैं वो सभी कुछ इसमें लिए गए हैं जो सारी न्यूज है, और इसके अलावा लास्ट 1 ईयर आरबीआई सर्कुलर, ये सारी क्लासेस इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाती हैं, इनको जरूर देख के जाइए, सभी कुछ चैनल पे आ चुका है। और पीडीएफ अगर आप परचेज करना चाहते हैं आप लोग व्हाट्सएप कर सकते हैं। इसके अलावा आप लोग डिफरेंट सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म पे भी ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं, सभी के लिंक आपको दिए गए हैं। तो जल्दी मिलते हैं हमारे नेक्स्ट क्लास में, तब तक के लिए बाय बाय, टेक केयर, थैंक यू, थैंक्स फॉर वॉचिंग।